Hi guys, how's it going? Caitlin here, and welcome to my kitchen for another week of meal prep. I hope you're excited. Meal prep is a love yourself later activity because you're gonna love yourself later when you have 3 meals ready to go, just ready to throw together in the fridge. So really this is a form of self-care. What we are making this week is gonna be slow cooker butter chicken, lazy weeknight shepherd's pie, and California club bowls. So if that sounds good to you, sounds good to me, let's get her going, shall we? There are 3 varying levels of prep based on your motivation level and maybe time constraints. So if you do want to get the results that you see, the time to table results in the meal plan, you're going to want to go all the way with me to level 3. If you don't have your prep list, check the description of this video. You'll find links to grab your prep list or the prep list to this week's free meal plan. So be sure to check that out, okay? Like many times, I'm actually going to start with some things that are in level 3, because level 3 is stuff that's going to kind of do itself while you're doing other things, and that's how we gain extra time back, my friends. That's how we actually make extra time in our week. So I'm just going to start. Okay, so I'm going to brown beef. I'm going to cook some turkey. I'm doing chicken, whatever. I'm gonna cook some bacon and cook some rice. So if that's too many moving parts for you, then you know what, you do whatever you feel like doing there. I'm gonna do these things in the easiest way possible to make them all function together. So just gonna get my pan heating up for my ground beef. Let's see, I'm gonna cook my bacon in the oven. So I'm just putting mine on a stone bar pan. It's gonna cook in the oven. That way I don't have to worry about getting splattered or, you know, checking on it or flipping it or doing any other things. If you don't have a stone bar pan yet, you should get a stone bar pan because they're magical. And why do I say that they're magical? Because instead of burning things like a normal pan might do eventually, it just crisps things up and makes it look like you meant to do it. I went to reheat some pizza on a stone bar pan once and put it in the oven and forgot about it and went to check back on it like, you know, an hour later, and it was somehow better than it was before. It was just like crispy. I'm like, that's stone bar pan magic at its finest. It's something like you don't have to be good because it just does good things. And that is exactly the kind of help I need in the kitchen. Also, if you don't have a stone bar pan yet, bacon is the perfect way to season your stone bar pan. Because if you're cooking with stones, they do develop a natural seasoning over time. Yeah, they do develop a natural seasoning over time. But the first couple times you cook something on it, you're gonna want it to be something that is quite fatty, just to help like boost that seasoning as it starts. And you know what's quite fatty and also delicious, and though you never need an excuse to cook it, you might want to find an excuse to cook it. Bacon. Bacon is all of these things. So if you want to up your bacon game, get a stone bar pan and make some bacon on it immediately. If that's not the best advice you got today, like I got nothing better to offer you. I mean, I guess I got this meal planning thing that I'm offering you, and that's fairly good advice. By the way, we only need like 4 pieces of bacon. So if you wanted if you wanted to get like ready cooked bacon, save yourself a step, you could definitely do that. I just figure more bacon is always a good thing. More bacon is something that my family will literally never complain about. So I just make it anyway and figure it's all going to be used. Awesome, so the bacon is in. I am going to cook my chicken in the pressure cooker. You could use turkey, technically, you know, if you wanted to, you could definitely use turkey. But I'm just doing chicken and I'm doing it in the pressure cooker. And why in the pressure cooker? Because it's hands off. I like hands off. It's about as easy as it gets. So that's now going. Now I'm just gonna do up some rice. And I'm cooking my rice in the microwave. So once again, keeping it really, really, really simple. I have a microwave cooker. It's got a boil over guard. So it's meant specifically for doing things like rice and pasta. You can cook rice any way you want to, or maybe you're not cutting rice. I don't know. Maybe you're doing cauliflower rice or something like that. You know what? You would not want to do cauliflower rice, I don't think, with the slow cooker butter chicken. And the only reason I'd say that is because there's already like a whole head of cauliflower in there. So it might be a little weird. I don't know. Might be like extra super, like cauliflowery. The cauliflower company would be very proud of you. There we go. I had to remind myself where I was and what I was doing there. Hey. And if you're sitting there thinking, whoa, if this space cadet can do it, anybody can, you are absolutely right. And that is totally 100% the point of this. I am not an expert kitchen person. I'm just a mom trying to survive the best I can. And you know what? I feel like that's a thing. Cool. I'm gonna wash my hands just in case I got any meaty goo on there. I try my very best to keep myself gluten-free while I'm doing things, but it's not always 100% possible. Like seeing something. What am I lifting this? I think it's just the way the sun's coming through somewhere. I feel like I got like a reflection going on. Anyway. We're just going with it. My prep board all set up. By the way, if you notice my prep board, it's like a cutting board, except it's got pockets on it. I know. And at first it's like, well, why the heck does a cutting board need pockets? And then I ask you, my friend, why do leggings need pockets? Because everything should have pockets. Just like when dresses have pockets, then they're the best dress ever. My cutting board has pockets, and it is the best cutting board ever. Love this thing. And it just helps to keep me like in focus, in one spot. It gives me a specific area to do my prep in and places for things to go. So when I set it up, my good things go here and my garbage go here. That helps to keep my squirrely brain in check. Oh, we're on to level 1 now. Sorry, speaking of squirrel brain. On to level 1. So I'm gonna chop up a couple onions here. So after we do all this prep, guys, it's gonna feel a lot like you made your own like meal kit. You know, there's those meal kit services that you can have meal kits delivered to your house, and you get to choose your options. The ingredients are sent to you. These are not always modifiable or allergy friendly, so you can make your own meal kit in probably like 30 minutes-ish. But then it's all modified to not just your tastes and your family's tastes, but also to any allergies or sensitivities you might have. And after you get used to doing this, it's really like, it's not bad, it's quite rewarding. You can chop with a knife if you want. I'm just doing the food processor because, well, guys, I always take the easy way out. When it comes to meal prep, if I can get toys that make it all faster, that is exactly what I'm going to do. Might have chopped those up a little too finely, but you know what? I forgive me. I do. I forgive me. It just means it's going to hide better. The onion away, I'm just going to put half of it in there because it's going to be going in with the lazy shepherd's pie anyway, so might as well just, you know, get her done. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to grate a tablespoon of ginger. Definitely need more ginger than I cut off. I'm really bad at estimating ginger. It is not my forte in life. But it's one of the ingredients I love most. Like, could you use dried ginger in things? Sure could. Is it gonna be as good? Absolutely not. To me, like, dried ginger, it just kind of tastes like air. It doesn't taste like much. You put it in something, you're not getting the flavor. Where you use fresh ginger, it's just like, bam, flavor right there. I don't know what they're doing wrong with dried ginger, but something is just being lost in the translation when it goes from fresh to dry. I guess the most that could be said for like a lot of different spices and herbs. Like fresh basil versus dried, no comparison, none whatsoever. It just tastes like they're different things entirely. What else have I been missing out on because I've been doing it dried? Now I'm curious. Okay, how am I looking so far? So I'm at almost 2 teaspoons, so I just need, you know, a whole crap ton more. That's all. we go. Ready to go again. So this little cup thing that I have here that I do for ginger, it's called a cup zester. And I like it for ginger because you can go in any direction, which is a huge perk for ginger, because ginger can kind of get really stringy and weird really fast when you're grating it. Being able to go in any direction, go in circles, it just makes a world of a difference on it. So it also has a little, I kind of did a little twirly thingy, and then I was able to look at the bottom, which has measurements written on it. So we're there, my friends. Perfect. Now I'm gonna mince up some garlic. Now I'm going to mince up some garlic. So when you mince up your own garlic, make sure that you store it in just a little bit of oil. That's what you're going to want to do, just to make sure that it doesn't like oxidize and turn weird. Garlic, strangely enough, is one of those ingredients that you got to be kind of cautious with some things. I don't know why the word botulism comes to mind. I don't know. It's one of those things that can go a little strange if it's not stored or treated properly. Like when it's in a bulb, it's good. It stays good for a very long time. Once you like mince it or press it or do things to it, then it's just one of those ingredients that's a little odder. Or can be. I don't know. I've seen it written in enough things that I believe that there must be something to it. So these bulbs are beautifully sized. I love the size of these bulbs, but to mince them, I'm just gonna cut it in half just once. And I have a garlic prep tool that will do my mincing for me. If you're wondering, does she have like a tool for a shortcut for everything? Yes, she does. What I lack in skills, I make up for with pretty toys. It's just the way it is. Here we go. So, got myself a whole bunch of garlic in here. And I'm just going to cover it with some oil. Go. And you know what? I'm just going to throw it right back in there just for storage. Keep it nice and easy. Okay. Let's go. I'm gonna chop up some more things. Now, I'll show you my lack of preparedness here. So, ginger, cauliflower, zucchini. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna chop up zucchini and gonna peel and chop carrots, and I'm gonna chop this cauliflower, and I'm going to chop it up all really, really, really small because I want to hide it from my children. You don't have to cut it up so small if you're not trying to hide it from people. Maybe it's yourself that you're trying to hide it from, and there's no shame in that. You know what? Like, we're all just doing the very best that we can. Sometimes it's okay to hide vegetables from yourself too. But we're going to chop all of this up real good, real small, and it's just going to hide in that buttered chicken. There's so many like strong seasonings that you get in buttered chicken that it is an awesome recipe to hide things in. You can hide a lot of veggies in a strong tasting, oops, I just need a blade in there. Okay, cool. Meat's browned. Meat is brown. The rice is just resting in there for about 10 minutes before I fluff it. You know what, I might as well just get my other stuff ready to go in the processor too, and then it's just gonna all take turns going in the food processor, getting itself, you know, chopped beyond recognition, and then I'll be storing it because it is all just going to be going in the slow cooker. The magical things in this world. And like my kids love this enough that they eat it like it's going out of style, zero complaints, where if I tried to feed them just carrot, zucchini, and cauliflower otherwise, like if you think my kids are eating cauliflower, you think very highly of my kids. But if I hide it, then it's okay. My husband loves this so much that he's, the very first time I made it, he's like, okay, yeah, this is on the permanent rotation, because honestly, I'm probably not getting him to sit down and eat a bunch of cauliflower either. Unless you make it into nachos. It's all about the cauliflower nachos. You can do those. Oh, and there's this recipe for spicy cauliflower bites. I thought I was making it like kind of as a joke to him once. I thought he was going to eat them. And turns out they were delicious, and we were like fighting over them. It was ridiculous. I did a terrible job of chopping that. Bang, bang, there. Like this big chunk of it that was stuck up there, and I'm like, dude, you're just not, you're not moving down. And I don't think all the veggies that go in this are even going to fit in this little container, but I'm going to see what I can do. If there's room left after, I'll just throw it into the container with the onion, because I think that's all going in together. I think other times when I've made this, I've measured it, it's close to like 8 cups of veggies or something. It's something ridiculous, but Means it's a meal I feel good about serving. Whoops. You can go in there in a sec. Impatient zucchinis. If you really don't think that your family is going to go for this many veggies, you could try half if you wanted to and put in more protein instead. I don't think that's going to hurt you. And if you are like game on, I can put more veggies than that in there. Do that too. Go wild. I might have overfilled that a little. Oops. Yeah, and I think some of this is definitely going in with the onion. There we go. So, loads and loads of veggies. Oh, that just makes me so happy. Okay, gonna slice up some red onions. Gonna try to do it nice and thin. One thing that helps with slicing thin is having a very sharp knife. Oh, hi, bacon. I'll check on that in just a sec. So if you don't want to use red onion, you could also use shallot instead if you felt like it. I feel like shallot is kind of even a little milder maybe than red onion. It's kind of like red onion and garlic had a baby and named it shallot, and they're adorable and delicious and so good to go in a salad. I'm gonna slice it this way first. Then it's just gonna lay flat, and then I can get my thin slices much easier. Feels like I have more control. Cut down so far as you are very confident that you are not going to nip your fingers, because you know what, it doesn't matter. You are worth more than any end of red onion. I don't know who needed to tell you that today, but you are definitely worth more than that. I'm going with it. Okay, so let's grab this out of the oven. Looks like I got some things to do before we move on to, you know, level 2. Rice is fluffed, bacon is cooked, like that's awesome. So if you were just sticking around for, you know, level 1 and level 3, you did awesome. You rocked it. You did amazing. Your week is going to be so much easier. If you're sticking around with me for level 2, which isn't too big, it's just stuff that makes your life a little bit easier, then let's go, shall we? Okay, let's do it. So, so now we're putting together the seasonings for our butter chicken so that we're not, like, you know, doing a bunch of seasoning stuff on the day of. I'd much rather do my seasoning stuff at, what time is it? You know, 10:30 in the morning. Then I would like to do it at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. me is just, she's not with it, guys. She's not doing all the things as efficiently as she wishes that she could do it. So find that time of day that works for you. I don't care what time of day it is. Like, whatever time of day you are functioning is the best time of day to try to function. Because at 5 p.m. putting together like 6 seasonings to me sounds daunting. And it's funny because it's really, when you look at it, not that daunting. But it feels that way. And I feel like I'm not alone in feeling that it feels like a lot at that time of night. And sometimes it helps just to know that, you know, I'm gonna smush that all together. Sometimes it helps just to know that you're not alone in those feelings, right? There. So seasonings are ready and good to go. So everything is gonna be so easy putting together that butter chicken. You're just gonna be going dump, 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 and then you're gonna be done. I'm gonna make some dressing for the club bowls. So these club bowls, you can do it as a salad, you can do it as rice, you can do it as a hybrid. You can choke on your own spit just for fun. Oh my goodness, and then burp after. Sorry. I am so sorry for all of that. Okay. Wow. If you're still with me, you can do these club bowls as a hybrid. You can put some rice or quinoa on as well as the toppings just to like amp it up a little bit. Whatever you are feeling. Either way, throw the dressing on it. If you feel weird about throwing dressing on your rice, call it sauce. It's the exact same thing. If you're wondering what my weird and wonky measuring cup is, it's called a measure-all cup. That one's a mini measure-all cup, and it works by anything that's kind of goopy that you normally have to scrape out of a measuring cup. It just pushes it out instead. So kind of a handy little thing. Let's see, what else do I need? More garlic. Man, who designed this week with all this garlic? I love it. It is kind of a huge clove of garlic, which could be a plus or a negative, but I honestly don't want a huge amount of garlic in my dressing, so I'm gonna press it and I'm gonna put some of it in my my shepherd's pie. See, this is another bonus to doing all these things at the same time and all together, is if you get too much of one thing, you can be like, well, you know what? I'm just gonna throw in this other thing instead. And then it totally worked because you're doing all the things at the same time. So I swear it saves like a lot of thinking. Go. Situation taken care of. I mean, not that it was a really like high risk situation there, but now, if you're looking at your dressing and you think, dude, I need more dressing, make more dressing. That's simple. That's why this is completely modifiable to you, right? It has you in mind. Because you're the one doing the things. You are 100% in the driver's seat. Okay. Shall we grate some cheese? If you want to have a shortcut, you can use pre-grated cheese. Now, I'm just gonna double check and make sure that my chicken is cooked. I'm sure it is cooked and cooked and cooked and beyond cooked. Cooked to crap, just the way I like it. No, it. I always want to make sure the pressure cooker, just because, right? Like, I might think it would be fine, and then have it not be fine, and I don't take risks with poultry. So 2 cups of cheese. You can do more if you want. Cheese you can measure with your heart. You do what makes you happy. Well, I guess my dog wants inside. Okay, so just like that, we are done level 2. Woohoo! If that is all the gumption you have in you, you did wicked, you did awesome. I hope I see you next week, and I hope your week is delicious. If you're going all the way with me to level 3, which we might be almost done level 3 already, then let's just stick together, shall we? We'll just get this last little bit of this thing done, and we'll just see this thing through to the end after I let my dog in. You know, priority. Go, pretty girl. Okay, so we already have our ground beef browned. Gonna add flour to it, and then seasonings and ketchup and garlic and broth and all of the things, just so that it's literally ready to just kind of throw in the oven. Okay. There you at. Where the flour was? Here it was. Adding flour to the ground meat I find a lot easier than making a slurry with your broth. It just kind of tends to work better. I don't know. I like it anyway. Okay, broth. So I use a powdered bone broth when I'm doing mine, just because I have a lot of food restrictions. So broth that comes out of a container doesn't work particularly well for me. So I use rosemary herb seasoning. You can use rosemary and thyme if you prefer. 2 more cloves of garlic, or like, holy crap, that thing's a monster. Like, that's one sexy bulb of garlic. Probably should have saved that one for planting, but so the powdered broth, it's one ingredient. It's just bone broth. That's all that's in it. It's full of protein. I think for a cup of this is 15 grams of protein, which generally, if you're looking at regular broths, you're getting more ingredients, more chemicals, more everything that you don't necessarily want, but it's okay. Nobody does everything perfect in the kitchen. But I will say this is it's a nice, easy way to just add some extra protein and extra nutrients and just make it all feel good and wholesome. I have to add more salt to it because there's no salt added, right? And I like salt. Can't help it. It's my thing. I like it. So I'm just going to throw this into the casserole dish. There we go. I'm going to throw that into the casserole dish, and then it's going to be ready for me to put... It's going to be ready for me to add some extra veggies on top of that, and yeah, just going to be nice and easy. So speaking of nice and easy, the very last thing that we have to do is to cube 3 chicken breasts. So I hate touching meat, which is why I do my tongs and knife approach. But you go to this however you feel like. So this is for the butter chicken as well. One more thing that is just going to be everything ready to dump and go. Because why have a slow cooker meal if you got to take, 20 minutes to prep it on that day, right? So much easier if you just have it ready to dump. So, 2 more. 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 2 Awesome. Guys, these recipes are going to come together so easily this week. Embrace that feeling. Embrace that feeling of just being prepped, being ready. Because you know what? You've earned it. You've earned it. Really, honestly, this is self-care. You've done something really, really good, something really kind for yourself and for your nervous system, all of the things. I hope you guys enjoy the week, and I hope to see you again next week. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.